Well, they did it again. A24, production studio that brought us Lighthouse, little indie movies that are coming out. Man, I'm loving them. Keep them coming. It's not for everyone, though. This is not for those, not for the kiddies, not for the people that like really, kind of lowbrow, hold your hand, the entire movie, Hollywood flashy sequences movies. This is not that. There's very little dialogue, there's very little action, there's almost no action, and it's all kind of just themes and concepts explored, and it kind of leaves you guessing. There's not a lot of hand-holding going on in this movie. Some of the main themes in this movie that are explored would be the man versus nature idea, and the eye being the window to the soul, to humanity, and also the theme of humans playing God, at least from what I could gather. And it kind of just, it walks the line between what you find, subconsciously disturbing, that being the hybridization of a creepy, deformed lamb. I'm not going to get too heavily into the spoilers here. That's going to come a little bit later, so don't worry, I'll let you know when we're getting into deep spoilers. But yeah, this is a slow burn. A lot of foreboding imagery out in the middle of nowhere, Sweden, New Zealand. It's beautiful, looks picturesque out there. Picturesque, whatever the word is. This young couple lives out there alone, presumably, just working this farm, and then one day their lives change when all of a sudden one of their lambs gives birth to a deformed little lamb, or one of the sheep gives birth to a deformed little lamb. And at first, they don't know how to handle it. They put it in clothes, it can walk around. It's weird. You don't really know if it's evil, if it's cute, because it's cute. It's adorable at times. This movie teeters on creepy, adorable. You don't really know what's going on or who's gonna snap. Is someone gonna kill someone, something to kill something? Not much of that though in the movie, so it's a lot of tension building. This whole movie is just one big build-up. A lot of demonic imagery, the horns of the rams being representative of the demon, Satan, and then of course the lamb being a motif of the Son of God, a term for Jesus Christ. So there's a lot of subtext going on in terms of good versus evil, God versus Satan, and humans playing God. Do we even have a role to play God? Again, it doesn't hold your hand. It throws out a few red herrings, like the guy's brother comes and visits town. He's like a part of a band, but he's there visiting for no reason. Doesn't really explain why. He just comes up, randomly couch surfs every once in a while. So you're wondering, what's he doing there? What are his motives? No, I guess he's just a brother visiting. He doesn't really do too much to the story, but keep you guessing. And on that note, I think it's time we get a little bit deeper. So if you haven't seen the movie and you want to watch it, I'd say turn away. We're going to get heavy spoilers here. Okay, so early in the movie, so the lamb's born, right? The hybrid lamb. Half human, half lamb hybrid is born. Any normal person would be creeped out, but Maria immediately takes to it, and Peter is seen emotionally breaking down in their tractor. And so it's implied that she's unable to have children for whatever reason, and it impacted their relationship and their mental health. There's a little makeshift cemetery that they show in one scene where she's kind of paying her dues and grieving over maybe one of the miscarried children that they have named Ada. And they substitute the hybrid lamb, this human sheep-lamb hybrid, they call her Ada, and they immediately start getting attached to her as if it was a human child. And you can kind of sympathize with it for that reason alone, but at the same time you're disturbed. But quickly she becomes part of the family. They're reading her nighttime bed stories, she's helping make breakfast, going on walks, helping out around the farm, quickly becoming part of the family and part of their normal everyday life. And you're wondering, what are this thing's motives? Is it going to kill them in their sleep? Does it hate them? Is it working with the sheep to overcome the family and the farm? You don't really know. And then you don't know if the husband's going to snap and end up killing the lamb one day, or when the brother comes and visits, because there's a scene where he's pointing the gun at the lamb, and he ends up not pulling the trigger. Because, of course, the ramifications of dealing with your brother and his wife, who he has some creepy sexual undertones with. He, hits on her in the movie, and she uses that to her advantage to kind of get him out of the picture after they have a drunken night, which felt like it kind of dragged on, I'm not going to lie, that scene. But it ends with Peter sleeping off his hangover after having a little too much bull of bourbon, and Maria driving the brother back to a bus station to get him out of town. So she gets rid of him because he's being kind of intrusive, and then Peter takes Ada out for a walk. And if you've seen the ending, you know what I'm talking about. There's a gunshot off screen, and then it cuts immediately to the husband bleeding out. Someone shot him, and you don't know, was it another farmer? Was it one of the brother's bandmates? Was it the brother? Nope, it's a freaking hybrid, ram dad. Freaking angry, aiming down the barrel of a gun. And while you're sitting there in shock that Peter's bleeding out from a bullet wound to the neck, this ram hybrid I kind of want to call him a centaur, but he's not because he's standing upright. Shoots another one right into him just to seal the deal, and Peter is lying there bleeding out. And the lamb, little Ada, turns around as she's being led off by presumably her father, and she looks back at Peter, who she's going to attach to, and she knows that she can't stop what's happening, but that she also has this father has some birthright to her too, and it's just creepy. It leaves you in shock. You don't know what's going on. You don't know. You can't really blame the thing, right? If it's its child, it's just taking its child back. And Maria, after all, did shoot the mother sheep after having nightmares about it, so, you know, we're playing God here. Forces of nature. This thing is creepy. What if there's a colony of them out there? That thing's like 13 feet tall. It's jacked. If there's more than one, that's the end of humanity. Rise of the Planet of the Hybrid Rams. So thank you for watching my take on Lamb. You can expect more film reviews, maybe TV show reviews, video game reviews on this channel. Hopefully the videos will get better over time. I expect them to, especially with some good, solid feedback from you guys. We're going to have some fun with this. So thanks again. Until next time, guys.